And good morning, everybody. It is Fabulous Friday featuring Brenda Rhodes. Now, Brenda, I have known you for a few years, yet we really got talking at another conference, actually, just recently this year. It was in Florida. And that was when we connected. And I love it because, Brenda, I get to see you again soon at HypnoThoughts Live. So that's great. And you are presenting there. So please tell us, Brenda, what are you presenting on at HypnoThoughts Live?
I'm presenting Hypnosis for Birth.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that this is something that's very, very needed around the world, because there's so many fears that are brought up with family, with past experiences, with whatever people say. That, you know, a lot of people like to talk and say, oh, this was horrifying, and the woman down the other room, she was screaming, and this and that. And the bottom line is, I think about this as, when we're working with people of giving birth, you know, think about this. If we were in a third world country, there's a lot of people just dropping babies in the fields, right? Mm-hmm. So why does birth have to be so scary? And this is what this talk is going to be about. It's about 25 minutes, and it's really about supporting other therapists to support their clients, so they have an understanding of, you know, the sessions to put them together for their clients, getting connected with their clients and working where the client is at, and really listening to what the client needs, and then putting that together and creating their client's sessions specifically for them.
Yeah, and I love it. And we were talking just previously, Brenda, and I know you have been a hypnotherapist for 30 years. And you have your own training on hypnobirthing. And of course, it's never just the one thing. It's all the fears, and it's bringing in the family dynamics, and it's everything to do with it. So I love that you train this as well. So you really do come from a proper knowledge, and you do it. And I believe you've been working alongside doulas and other midwives for many years, supporting them and supporting families, young couples as they go through this. And you're right, the fear, the fear around birthing is huge.
Well, there's a lot of people that are putting that out, and it's not just the family, it's not just society. It actually is, you know, when you go in with medical, you don't want this to happen to your baby, do you? What if this happens to your baby? What if this happens to you? You don't want to be, you know, having to come back to the hospital and this and that. And so it gives the woman this idea, and also the partner, whoever their partner is, you know, that, oh my God, I have to follow this because they said so. Mm-hmm. And there's just too much of that out there. And the bottom line is, we have that instinctual trust within ourselves if we tap into it. And that's really what this talk is about, is helping your client to tap into what they know. I mean, a woman's body is instinctually knowing how to give birth. And it just happens. And when you're in that nice, calm space, you can really breathe, and you can really push that baby out so easily. And when you can breathe through the contractions. So, you know, if we have that fear, we have that, oh my God, well, our muscles tense up. If our muscles are tensing up, then what happens? Mm-hmm. We get really contracted, and now our body is not in a place of working with the mind, and the mind's not working with the body, because we're in this place that really doesn't support us. And so working with hypnosis and clients to do this, it just gives you that support, and it gives you that knowing, because there's so many things that happen to people we have no idea until they come in and they sit down and they say, oh my God, this is what happened in a past birth, or maybe they're a VBAC, which is vaginal after C-section, and help them to be able to be comfortable with that. And then they can also use this calmness to make their birth very special, and to be able to be in a place of, you know what, this is what I want. I don't have to be rushed because somebody says it has to be now.
Yeah.
To be able to be in that place, you have to be really strong, because there's lots of people coming at you. Well, you have to do this and you have to do that. And so it's also about bringing that partner in, if you have a partner, and having them be your support, to be talking positively,
Absolutely.
to be, you know, very loving and soothing, to help you to focus on, you know, maybe it's a specific area in the room or a specific thing that you take with you, to be able to focus on that. So you have that, that's where my head is. I see that, I calm down. So, you know, the anchor, the trigger, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. And the partner also can be in that space of advocating for the woman that's giving birth. Because if we don't have somebody advocating for us, there's a lot of things that are going to happen that it's not going to be the way you want it. Now, obviously, when you're giving birth, you're in total surrender. You don't have control of a lot of things, but this gives you the opportunity to have more control and what you want out of this birth.
Yeah, I love this, Brenda. You're inviting people to empower themselves so that they can advocate for themselves, or the partner can, while the woman is in a vulnerable position, you know, because she is. I remember.
Yes, I do too.
You know, 3 times. And
3 times for me.
Yeah. And I did get to use my own mind with my third one, and completely different. Yeah, no, there was no painkillers. I think I had 2 paracetamol and that was it. Otherwise it was just like, no. And it was a very different experience. Actually, I didn't with my second one either. He was in a birthing pool, but that was pretty dire afterwards. So yeah, there was it's like we all have those memories. Everybody has a birth story, and it's about empowering our young mothers, or of any age. They may not be young. It's yeah, the whole family. So I agree. I've helped with a lot of horrendous things that have happened to women. I had one. This was awful. She was the midwife had come in and had stepped on, I think, something that was going into her arm, and she didn't know, and she couldn't breathe or something anyway. So she pushed her away. She called the police in. And then she was actually shackled while she was giving birth because she'd hit the nurse because she was standing on her tube or something. It was like absolutely horrendous, the stories. But then people hear those, of course, and then it goes viral, and then oh, that's going to happen to me. And
yeah, I actually trained a woman who wanted to support her sister. Her sister had a very horrendous birth for the first time. And we did together a lot of trauma work. And that's another piece of what I offer in my training is when you have the medical trauma, whether it is stillbirth or a loss, you know, during the trimester, whatever you are in. And, but there's also a lot of medical influences that can be very devastating and traumatic. In fact, I know a couple right now that the husband really doesn't want to have another child because he was just so traumatized, and they were forced to do certain things, and they were they were told that children and youth would be called, and the woman was claimed that she was an addict. And then when they realized that she had no drugs in her system, then they kept saying she had herpes, and that the baby had to stay there for 5 days. They would not leave them alone. They would not leave them go home with this baby. And obviously the mother, there was no way she was going to leave that baby, which kudos to her. But it was so traumatic. And we need to be able to support people, and that's what we're here for. I mean, that's what we do, is help people with that trauma, help people to have accomplish the goals that they want and all that. So
yeah. And it is, and we all do wonderful work with that. I have my neighbour, she's since had 2 more little girls, but I helped her with it after her first birth, because she said, I want to have another baby, but I'm so scared. I said, come see me, I'll help you. And I did. And she's got 2 more babies, because the first one often is for some people, but again, you help people, guide them through that first time, don't you? Because it doesn't need to be like that. So, but everybody's different. Oh my goodness, we could talk about this forever. I think every woman who's had given birth could jump on and give their birth story. Well, this happened to me and that happened to me, because everybody's unique.
yes.
So it's
Absolutely.
like arming people with as much tools and information as we possibly can. And you could do this, you could do this, you could do this. But we're not saying no medical, I think, because there will be.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
This is, in conjunction with medical, if that's what the person decides. There's a lot of people that are having home births, and they just need to feel a little bit more comfortable with that. Or maybe the partner needs to feel more comfortable with the home birth as well. And it's a beautiful tool that is very supportive.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot with this. You can create a lot of you can create programs for the individuals. You can create recordings for the person. There's a lot you can do with us.
Yeah, I love it, Brenda. And so everybody watching this, go and see Brenda if if this is your thing that you want to do. And you can always talk to her afterwards, because she has got she does train this, and so you can always have those private conversations. That's the beauty about HypnoThoughts Live. There's plenty of time to chat to people, because there's the big breakfast, there's always the parties, and go, there's that's the person. So it's and I know Brenda's very approachable. So I know. So yes, and then I'm excited, Brenda, because on Sunday I'm speaking. I've got a 2-hour presentation on it's called 1-Star Review, the Ultimate Compliment, which is quite an interesting title, as it does refer to narcissistic abuse, actually. And it's quite harrowing. It will lead on into the Bunny Talk process, which I will be performing on one person, then probably group as well, because I can, and so that people get a taste, a flavor of it. And then of course I've got a vendor table as well, so that's exciting. Oh, and then on the 2 days afterwards, the Tuesday and the Wednesday, I am performing a post-conference workshop of the Bunny Talk process, so that people can learn for it themselves and become a practitioner. So yeah, so I'll be very excited to share that with everybody. But tell us quickly, what do you love most about HypnoThoughts Live, Brenda?
Oh, I just, oh my God, there's not one thing. The people, the community, the ethics of it, the support, and just hanging out with people and being in that energy.
Yeah.
It's our own it's our own family, and meeting new people and learning so much from so many people, have so much to give. And we, just like our clients are individual, we are all doing our own thing. So if you're open enough to hear what someone else is doing and what they're saying, it's like, oh, that might be really beneficial. I could play with that and put that in my sessions and support people. So it's really it's a very loving community.
It is. It is. So everybody, if you haven't got your tickets yet, get them. Come and join in HypnoThoughts Live and meet people, learn, and have a fantastic time. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being on here, Brenda. It's goodbye from me, Claudia Rickard, and it's goodbye from Brenda Rhodes. So take care, everybody. Thanks.